Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this, and welcome to the Weebly Comic Podcast, a podcast where every week we will be talking about anime, manga, comic book movies, and the latest entertainment news. And welcome to the fourth episode. I'm Diego, also known as Wrath, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts Brennan and Star Psycho, aka Adrian. This is where you guys say hi.
Oh
Wow,
wait,
that took a lot out of you, huh?
Yeah,
Heavy.
I didn't. I actually did not think I was gonna one take Drake it.
Anywho, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Are y'all having a chatty week this week? You know, a very
Caddy?
amazing.
What does that
a
even mean?
Chatty, bro, like a
What
big
is this,
ass,
fucking
juicy week, bro.
Is this
Like
Britain? No. I mean, we got
listen,
we got
listen.
listeners over
Shut up.
across the pond,
Let me talk my ish. All right.
Let me talk
Let
my
me-
shit.
Damn it, now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, good, because I saw this going off the rails so fast.
Low key, I
I'm
forgot what I was gonna say, and that's probably
Adrian said,
gonna
I'm
be
gonna go arrogant mode. Hold up.
bad.
He said, call me Escanor.
Oh my god. Alright. Brennan, since you the one trying to do all this shit, you take the lead.
Do all this what, bro? I already mentioned Escanor, bro. You already know we kicking it off with anime.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn right.
So,
Bro, and I mean,
if you've listened to all 3 episodes up to this point, or all 4, I look. If
3.
you've listened to all of the episodes up until this point, you kind of noticed the trend. We kind of kick it off with anime, and this week it's gonna be pretty short actually, because we got hella news for Marvel stuff. So
that and anime just, no Demon Slayer episode 4, just
Yeah.
to start it off the bat,
and it's been a
they had
hella
a special
quiet week
broadcast.
for anime. So like no news for
Other
anything besides the one thing that we'll talk about. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Black Clover's chapter was kind of nice.
okay, but I ain't caught up, so we ain't talking
I know.
about that. All right.
Well, speaking of that, where are you at right now?
So I'm literally exactly where I told you last. I'm
Oh, you hurt me, Diego.
yeah, Yami and Vangeance, or actually Lictor, are like in the middle of that fight.
Oh, so you're still in that like part of the story.
I know that he's Vengeance now, so like
He's on the cusp of like the nice juicy parts, Adrian?
yeah,
Yeah.
like he just killed the Wizard King, so like I'm in a lot of pain.
Oh, you're
I'm
in
in a lot of
that
pain.
part. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
he's
you were
in
still
that
the-
part, Adrian.
I thought you were in the cave still.
No.
No.
No, I'm in a lot of pain right now. There's so much.
Like I said,
Like, dude, I did not think. Look, when I started off reading Black Clover, I really did not think that Finral, that's his name, right?
Finral, yeah.
Finral,
Yeah.
whatever the hell his name is. I didn't think that he was anything, bro. I was like, this man is such a hoe. Like, I hate this man. But like, when he got bodied by his brother, I was literally crying. I was like,
Bro,
I was like, he better not fucking die. I will be so pissed if he dies. Like you
All I'm
can
saying-
ask Brennan. I literally texted Brennan. I was like, I swear to God, if he cries, I'm gonna lose my shit.
bro, all I'm saying, Finral, he has some good like character development. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm saying,
His development
saying.
mostly doesn't come through until when they're
After.
under that water.
Yeah.
Not after. It still like comes through a little bit when he actually gets confidence to like use his abilities to help Asta, and
And
that's
it's
what,
all
like,
because Yami just bullies the shit out of him.
yes.
Let's be honest though, that's
He's
how
like,
he gets
come
it
with
at
me.
everybody. He do it out with Asta too.
True.
Yeah, but with Asta, he's more like
Yeah, but
surprise you
Asuka-
with it, fool.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then I'll help you.
Yeah.
But oh, and everybody turned into elves. That too. That
You're on the
Yeah.
dude. You're on the cusp. Like literally, you're gonna read like a couple more chapters, and you're just gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
No, it's like
And
I
you're not
told
gonna
you,
wanna
bro.
stop.
I have no idea what's gonna happen right here. Like, I'm like,
Bruh.
is Luck gone for good? Because Luck is another
I'm-
character that I really liked, and I'm just like, is he
I'm
gone?
I'm telling you, you're gonna read into the next chapters, and you're gonna do what I just did for Tokyo Revengers and accidentally read all of it.
No, dude, I had to stop myself. I was like, I need to. I'm gonna fall into this pitfall where I just do nothing but read Black Clover for the rest of eternity.
It's a wonderful pitfall. Well, it slowed down a lot, but at least in that part, it's a wonderful pitfall.
Yeah, and I was like, let me.
Yeah, that arc is like starts off running
Let me
and
take a
doesn't fucking
break and
stop.
start reading Bleach so I can understand what everybody's, bitching about. Bleach is pretty.
How
I mean,
far are
I'm
you
not that
on
far.
Bleach?
I'm in chapter 32. Like I'm nowhere near anything.
What happened in chapter 32?
In the very beginning when he's just like fucking around doing stuff.
Oh, so you're not in the.
Yeah,
Okay,
literally.
so like you're in the beginning of the story.
You know
pretty
that
much
one
still.
guy who's like a TV broadcaster kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally.
bwahaha.
Yeah. I'm literally. He finished fighting that hollow that guy created,
Made.
and that's literally the chapter I'm on. Is where
So he's still a beginner Soul
yeah,
Reaper
I'm not
with
even
you.
in Soul Society yet. Like
Oh, just
Yeah.
You're
wait.
in like the Carter Curve town.
I'm
shit, where
literally
you're
like
just, like
I
running
just want to
around.
get to the Soul Society arc, read all of that, and then go back to Black Clover.
Hey,
Nah,
Soul
after
Society.
Soul Society, you're not gonna want to stop reading.
That's what I was
after
gonna
that,
say.
dude.
I was like, if that's even the case, because like,
Bro, because
I'm like,
after Soul
it's only,
Society
what,
starts
like,
my favorite
I'm-
arc, and it gets. Ooh.
I love how I almost said it's only like 600 chapters. I'll be fine. One Piece
bro, you
readers
watch
be
One
like,
Piece.
it's only
be alright.
600 chapters.
I
It's
mean, when
fine.
you're reading at the speed that I'm reading, that's fine.
Yeah, for real.
And plus, it's like 15 to like 19 pages, like a regular Shonen Jump magazine or manga. So you be alright.
Or
I
like
did that for the
One Piece
Blood
is
War
at
arc, and
right
I
now.
don't regret it at all. The Blood War arc was fucking amazing, except the ending. But I know why the ending wasn't as good.
It's all good.
Hopefully, the
Yeah.
anime fixes it, because I need it.
I need it.
I'm in Adrian's favorite arc right now, and he I'm in like the halfway point, I think, where like it's a bunch of like filler and like training esque type episodes. So I'm like,
Imagine watching
Dragon.
the anime that's
Yeah,
rife
the
with
Aro-
filler.
Yeah,
Oof.
the Ronco arc in the anime, for some reason, just has filler in the middle of the arc. Maybe because at the time of the anime, it was catching up to the manga, so they're like, "Hold on, give us a break," and then they just did filler shit. The filler was getting a little better each filler arc, but I don't really like most of the filler. And
I mean,
Man,
listen,
Jan
at
said,
least
"Let's
the filler
pull
is
up
better than
Boruto."
Naruto's filler.
you might be onto something.
Which one of
I'm
us?
just saying, bro.
Which one of us, bro? We got so derailed for a second, but it's fine.
I mean, it's fine. We're all talking about what we were reading, and
I
to
mean,
be
like,
honest, I was
guess-
reading Vinland Saga. I haven't really started
Oh, you
too
started
far.
reading that?
Yeah, just today. Like, I only read like 2 chapters after the anime, but so far it's interesting where it's headed. So I need to like get some more time in my own free time and start reading like the whole shit, because
So,
I got a long way to go.
do you want? Let me ask you, because it takes a drastic turn for the tone. Do you want me to say anything, or do you want me to keep my mouth shut? Vinland
For
Saga.
you can talk.
Prepare
go
to be
for it.
disappointed.
I mean, I know this arc is gonna be slow, and
Nah, I'm telling you right now. Prepare to be disappointed.
even after this arc,
Oh, I wish I could tell you. Brennan, didn't I tell you what happens?
You told me, and I told you, Adrian. I told you what Diego told me.
Oh,
I forgot, to be honest.
it literally just becomes Farming Simulator, the anime.
I mean, I can see that. Low key, but like, I'm hoping his character development for Thorfinn, him finding a new purpose, actually like outdoes that, and not just becomes just him becoming a farmer, like him becoming the angry Viking boy that he was in like the first season of the anime, and then just becoming like this shallow of a man. So.
Look, bro, you have your hopes and dreams. Just letting you know, I warned you. Since we're talking about manga, I don't know if any of you remember the news that I brought to attention.
I remember it.
Do you?
I
So,
think so.
Spy X Family is getting a anime, and
Ooh, yes.
I may have overhyped it, Brennan, when I told you guys about it. Because the only reason why I was actually hype is I was like, I just started reading it like last month, right before I started Black Clover. Because I was like trying to find something else to read besides, since I caught up on One Punch Man. And I started reading that, but then, you asked me to start reading Black Clover, and I was like, I'll give it a try. And
You're welcome.
I got three chapters deep into Spy X Family. I really liked it, but I only read the first 3 chapters, so I barely know anything about the anime or the manga. I think it's very promising. Isn't Wit
Yeah, it's Wit Studio who is
Yeah, so you
animating
already
this,
know.
which looks good.
You already know that this shit is about to pop.
If
I mean,
you like
it
the
looks
first 3 seasons
very
of Attack on
interesting.
Titan,
For
you're gonna
real.
love it.
What were you
It
saying?
looks
Brandon?
very interesting. Like
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. Like I had never even heard of it until you sent the trailer in the chat.
Mhm.
So I watched it and it wasn't something that I was like, dude, I can't wait till that comes out. I haven't seen anything about it on social media. So like just to give an example, like Tokyo's Revengers was like super hype when it was about to come out. Everyone was like, bruh, wait till y'all start watching this. Like this stuff goes crazy. And so I don't have a real expectation for it. I'll give it a go, but I at this point can't be disappointed. I mean, I watched the ending of Seven Deadly Sins, so I mean,
He said that's
it's hard
as
to
low
be
as it can
disappointed from
get.
something. That was like the
Bro,
lowest thing I could think of. But,
Seven Deadly Sins just went downhill after season 2.
For
It's
real.
just
it's sad because I was really planning on the story at least being decent, but the way it ended off, I was not happy. I was like, all right, bro. But it just like, I don't know. Anyways, that's off topic. We talk about Spy Family. I'm trying to see some spies with some ass, so I'm kind of down to watch it.
spies. with
And they
some
got a
ass.
baby spy. I said whoop.
I mean, what's the
Adrian.
difference between whip and whoop?
What? Why are you
Oh,
calling
I
my
thought you
name?
said with.
Oh, with.
I thought you said spy. I was like, bruh, yo, mind always in the gutter, ain't it? Demon Tom Adrian, bruh.
Oh.
Shout out to the bloopers. Shout out to the bloopers. Check out the bloopers on the YouTube.
I was gonna say,
I
what
forgot
did you
to
see
I
in that
forgot to do
trailer?
the plugs in the beginning of the episode. It don't
We can
matter.
do them at the end.
Yeah,
It's
We'll
fine.
do it at the end. Fuck it.
But I don't know. It looks interesting. They got a little baby spy. That's always fun because they always do some crazy wild stuff with the baby. So
Shout
Look
out
at
Stewie.
Incredibles, bro.
Shout out Stewie.
man. Speaking of some babies, bruh,
Oh,
Boruto fans.
Boruto.
Ooh.
Boruto fans.
This is some
Low-key some
two-piece.
babies. And they gonna cry like a baby when they hear us say what we gotta say.
All right,
Oh,
listen. I
no,
got
they're not gonna
one
love it.
statement that will blanket this whole shit that's going on.
Listen,
Boruto fans are out of pocket. That is literally all I gotta say. They are so out of
Listen.
pocket. They've been out of pocket for a fat minute.
I want to apologize. I came on a little aggressive. However,
You're spitting facts though, so I mean, like,
I might come
they're
on.
a little backed
I'll
up.
let y'all speak y'all piece, and I might come
So-
at them sideways.
Yeah. Okay, Adrian, you can come at them sideways. All I'm gonna say is, I saw a post and I sent it to Diego, and I told Adrian what it was, and it was basically saying that with the recent events that happened with Boruto, and I mean, I'm almost positive if you're into anime, you've seen posts about Boruto all over the place lately. With the recent events that happened in the anime, they're trying to claim that it's like carried summer 2021 anime, or like it's carried 20. I think it actually said it carried 2021 in general.
yeah, that's
And
what the
I'm
post
sorry,
said.
but if you think that, you are heavily tripping.
Tripping.
because
Tripping.
Bias.
like all I'm saying is Boruto has had some good moments. It has I'm not saying that it's 100% trash. I'm just saying it is nowhere near as good as some of the things that I've seen this year.
Look,
It's
look. You may be, like middle of the road, very what's it called? Neutral. You might be neutral, but look, before I say this, I love Naruto. Don't get me wrong. So
Cap.
They're gonna call you a
I'm just
boomer.
kidding.
so if you hear this and you get mad, just remember, I'm
You
a
get mad at
Naruto
yourself.
fan. I'm a Naruto fan. Anyways, All I am saying is, if you have been on TikTok lately with the whole One Piece versus or Boruto bullshit that's been going on, all I have to say is, since people want to say that Boruto carried all of 2021, just go look up the relevant stats between Boruto and One Piece. I'm not even talking about other anime, just Boruto and One Piece. One
That
Piece.
graph is a crazy.
That graph is brazy. I was like maybe there'll be some peaks and valleys, for both. No, One Piece is just like steady above, like there's a gap, a big ass gap between One Piece all the way at the top and Boruto being like.
Hey, y'all hear that? Diego was saying if Boruto carried 2021. One Piece has been carrying anime the whole time.
Exactly. If that is the case, bro. If that is the case.
All I'm saying is, listen, I know Boruto fans are going to hate me for saying this, but anytime
they already hate
any
us.
Piece of, anytime
they're going to hate me, especially after what I said.
Oh, God.
Anything that has blown up on social media has had to do with Naruto
and Sasuke, and that is
And I'm
it.
sorry. I will not agree that the anime is good until the main character that the anime is named after
is the one that's causing the news. And the only time Boruto is in the news ever was because
of his daddy doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Boruto's dad's kind of popping off, huh?
All I'm saying is, Boruto fans, your MC is trash.
It's not even like I have faith that after the time jump it will pick up and it will be good. Like I definitely think that will happen.
No, yeah, you're right. Because I'm waiting for the time skip. I'm literally waiting for the time skip.
Like the only thing though is just like be realistic. Like Jujutsu Kaisen, did that come out in 2021 or it started in 2020?
It was
right?
late 2020.
It was late 2020, yeah.
But it carried into 2021.
Yeah, the ass.
So like
was in
March, that
I
back
think.
half of Jujutsu Kaisen that was in 2021 was better than all of Boruto. I'm sorry,
easily.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's spin.
He's not right.
So let's be honest. To Your Eternity, I haven't even finished watching that, but I've enjoyed that more than I've enjoyed parts of Boruto.
Look,
Tokyo's Revengers, I've enjoyed all of that more than Boruto.
Oh, for real, definitely. Demon Slayer
Demon
Slayer's still.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on that, bruh. The
even when
movie
Demon Slayer was
no,
even when Demon Slayer, like nothing was going on for Demon Slayer. I still think the graph for Demon Slayer was above Boruto.
It was like
for sure.
And again, that's not to take away. Boruto has some good moments, and I'm not denying that the scenes that pop off don't pop off. Like they definitely do, but it's not.
I haven't seen anything for Boruto, so I can't even speak. I think I watched that one episode with you when you and I were hanging out, and I was like, "What the fuck is this trash?" And you're like, "It's Boruto," and I'm like, "Oh."
I knew about Byron Mode, and I knew about Pyramidine like before it, like way before it happened, because I heard manga stuff. Like I do watch some of the manga stuff when I see something big happen, and I kind of called what they were gonna do, but like it's just. I don't know, like to sit here and make a claim that like Boruto carried 2021, like you're really tripping. Like you are very, and that's not even counting some of the anime that all of us don't watch. Like think about that. There's so much also like seasons and series that we personally don't watch that are probably better than Boruto and don't get the recognition.
Yeah.
And a good example of that, like like I said earlier in the episode, like Tokyo's Revengers definitely got its hype, but again, anything that I watch in Tokyo's Revengers, in my opinion, trumps most of Boruto. Now, I'm not going to say all, because Boruto's fight scenes, like, some of them do be popping off. But, like, it's just, bruh, like, stop tripping,
yeah.
You out of pocket.
Boruto fans they ain't really the best. And
before you get into your tangent, I will say, I think now that Kurama did die, I think that it might pick up. I may be wrong. I don't know what the manga
lost
looks
his
like
Renegon
right
too.
Now. He lost Renegon too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, look, bro. Look, Sasuke and Naruto are basically just old men right now. So,
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Hold on, they still clapping a majority of people.
Listen, bro, Naruto ain't got the chakra pool though, so
He's a
he
Uzumaki
may
guy.
be a
He's still half
taijutsu
born.
god, but that only gets you so far. Especially
Listen,
with
I still think he's like vaguely stronger than a lot of the Kages.
well, of course, it's
The
fucking
current Kages,
Naruto.
I
It's
say.
fucking
Yeah.
Naruto, of course. But I'm
Maybe
saying,
against
like, now that
Sasuke he lose.
Naruto can't just, pop up and save the day all the time, it's probably gonna create some
Well,
situations that will give Boruto the opportunity to
well,
shine.
that's why they did it. The
Oh,
enemies were so
definitely.
strong and
Oh,
and
definitely.
they were only on like Sasuke and Naruto's level, so they had to kind of find a way to knock that back because like obviously you can't just sit here and like say, oh, Boruto is freaking their level now,
Yeah.
and obviously all the other kids too, Sarada and Mitsuki. I probably just butchered his name, whatever. Like they can't keep up with that, like, and it's kind of outlandish to even like put them in a position to look like they are. So I think this is a good time for them to kind of take a step back, do a little more normal stuff before the time jump, let the time jump happen, and then they can start getting stronger and stronger and stuff. But I'm gonna let Adrian kind of say his piece on this because I'm interested to hear what he says.
For real.
So before I really get heavily into this, I am going to say this. Yes, I have read and watched all of Boruto. So
I'm about to hit y'all.
Boruto,
He
Boruto
said-
fans, is Boruto the only anime you watch? Be real with me.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen OG Naruto Shippuden? I may be a Naruto and Shippuden boomer,
Boomer.
according to y'all logic.
Yes, sir.
But let me just help you with this. Boruto is not interesting. I'm sorry. Like I don't see what you see in him to be as interesting as Luffy. Maybe even Takamichi. Let me bring that up. Some people say Takamichi's and Boruto. I'm saying, wait a minute. Y'all are tripping balls.
Wait, people have said what?
People have said Boruto is better than Takamichi.
What?
Yes.
Takamichi got depth.
Yeah, Takamichi got depth, bro.
And another, before they come at me and say, you don't understand the story, you're just a boomer, you hate on everything. I do understand the story. And I do understand some of the themes. It's still garbage. Can I say that? And plus another thing is, just because I don't understand the themes of the story doesn't mean I have the right to not call it trash. Tell me this. Y'all seen Dragon Ball GT, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it is good?
I enjoyed it. I liked it
Dragon Ball Z
personally.
is trash, so.
So, okay, I'll say this. Most of GT fans, or not fans, because most people who have seen GT, from what I've heard, do not like it. But I can guarantee you this, they don't understand a damn thing about themes in that shit. I don't. I can't even tell you.
I mean, I'm
couldn't.
with you, but I enjoyed it. Super Saiyan 4 to me was a cool concept.
It was cool, but that was like the only thing I liked about it. Another thing is like Boruto only gets good for the anime wise. I don't see shit commenting from the manga on Twitter or some shit. The only thing I see it like trending or when people are like hyped about it is one in the anime and two when it gets stuff from the manga canon, like actually animated, and it's mostly
like,
Naruto and Sasuke.
AKA Byron mode.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't even know how I feel about Byron mode. I can't tell you if it's good or bad. I look at that shit and sometimes I'm like, dude, this is like
garbage.
Terrible. And then sometimes I look at it, it's like, maybe it's not too bad. But any of Naruto's previous transformations trumps that. I don't care. You can talk to your mom. You can argue against a wall. That shit's
talk to your mom.
Yes. And like, it's just so disingenuous when a Boruto fan is like, yeah, Boruto is literally the best and it's carrying 2021. I'm like, ooh. Have you seen anything else than 2021, my guy? Because right. I don't know if you can say that and carry it out with your full chest and say, yes, I am being 100% factual right now. Like, bro, pipe down.
I'm gonna be
like,
honest. Boruto is in the first Naruto standpoint. You know, Naruto was a lot of filler, and then like Zabuza fight happened, and you're like, oh, that's lit. And then a lot of filler, and then the next big fight happened, you're like, oh, that's lit. And then a lot of filler, and then more filler, and then more filler, and then oh, time jump. Oh, cool, this is interesting. And then a little bit more filler, and then another story plot, and then a little bit more filler. Boruto is just a little bit of filler, decent fight, a lot of filler, decent fight, a lot of filler. So it's just I can't justify it. Like I really can't. Like I said, there's animes that just got carried into 2021 and started in 2020 that were better. Like 100%. Had way better stuff going on, had way better not even just animation. Like Tokyo's Revengers animation is not up to Boruto standards animation, but it's still like I'd watch that any day over Boruto.
yeah. It's just I just don't get the hype behind it. Maybe it's because of some people who latch on to Naruto and just have this thing of when it's gonna get better again someday.
I'm telling
I'm
you right
hoping.
now. I'm telling you right now. It's the Naruto stands. That is the
Is
entirety
that
of
or the
Boruto's
people
fans
that
fan
never
base.
seen Naruto and love Boruto for some odd reason?
We need to
Whoever-
get Brandon up in here and ask him his freaking standpoint, because
Look, bro. All I'm saying
that is the biggest Naruto stan I know.
Yes.
if you watch Boruto without watching Naruto, and you love
There are some
Boruto,
people who are actually like that.
you
It's
got
wild.
mental health issues, bro.
You're gonna be like, did you know Naruto had a show before Boruto? Did you know Boruto's dad had an anime?
You
Two
know
of them before
Boruto's
that?
dad, bro. He had his own anime.
Bro, that's so stupid. Like, I do hope. I wish the show gets better. Don't get me wrong. I wish
I wish it
the
don't.
anime
I wish
or
that
the
time skip
series
just happened.
itself gets better. The things from right now, like the villain Jigen, or was the previous villain, wasn't interesting. Like Naruto had some AS class villains. They had Obito, Pain, Madara, Zabuza, Sasuke,
Zabuza.
Itachi. Like, bro, who named one person in Boruto that is interesting and complex villain wise than those? I
They're gonna say
genuinely
Boruto
cannot.
himself.
Like honestly, the only interesting character is Kawaki, and I even think some people overhype Kawaki. But I'm still interested to see what he turns into towards the end of the series, or wherever he turns, because we all know he's gonna fight Boruto
Yeah.
and just cause the land of the leaf is just abysmal.
What is that? Boruto's Madara?
No, it's
It's
more like a
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
His Sasuke. I see.
Yeah. It was well, I don't know, because Boruto's supposed to be like Sasuke, so I don't really know.
So
it's
that's
like-
his Naruto.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It seems like the roles were reversed. It seems like Boruto's like good early Sasuke and Kawaki's like evil early Naruto for some reason.
What the hell?
Even though Kawaki, I mean, I'm not gonna say Kawaki doesn't have a reason to be evil. He definitely has his reasons. But I want to say it's more justified as like Naruto, Gaara, and any Jinchuriki at that point. Maybe I'm just underestimating his backstory though, but I don't know what else happens in the story to like cause him to be like that. Maybe something with Naruto. I don't know.
Man, fuck him.
Listen, I just hope this series gets better. Like low key, maybe it's getting a little interesting. I will say the new characters are weird in the manga. They're going to be a filler for like a whole year for Boruto, so I'm not going to expect it to start
You know what?
trending
Speaking
for
of
a hot
something
minute.
interesting and something that's actually going to be good from start to finish, bro. You see that new Boba Fett trailer?
Yes,
She
yes.
He
Now
said
that's
filler
better
for
than
a whole
Boruto.
year. Fuck this.
I could be wrong. Maybe he's 9 months.
Hey,
But
bro,
I'm not seeing him come back.
Nah, we're done
gonna
with
talk
this
about a
Boruto.
universe that is actually always great, and it's Star Wars.
Ah, yo, that's a bold statement.
Yeah,
That
is
is
a bold
a
take.
bold statement.
Yo,
You about to
Star
get
Wars is
we about to
amazing.
get Star Wars fan hate and Boruto fan hate. This
Listen,
is crazy.
How are you
the
gonna hate
fans are
on me
gonna
for
come at
saying something that Star Wars is always great?
Look,
You know,
bro.
they've had their misses, but
the
it's like
OG
Have you
overall.
not
fans and
have
his
you
prequel
not
fans
seen
do
any of
not
the
agree with
OG
you,
fans shit all over the prequels and the sequels?
bro. The prequel
And then the
fans don't even
prequel
like the
fans
sequels,
shitting all over the sequels, and then the sequel
Listen,
fans shitting all over the sequels.
bro.
okay, they can
It's like a
always go
three-way
and
war.
find something they enjoy about Star Wars. All I'm saying is I'll
Yes.
watch all the new sequels over anything Boruto has put out.
Oh,
Another thing too
that's
is like
crazy.
Star Wars Vision was getting hate by OG fans, and I'm like, bro, this is the reason why
Look,
Star Wars
bro, all I'm
doesn't
saying
evolve
is
that
I haven't
much.
seen it yet. But all I'm
Go
saying
watch
is
it, bro. It's good.
putting anime titties in Star Wars, bro.
Y'all thought I'm on Demon Hours. Look at him.
Nigga, he
I'm
going to
talking about
jail.
Star Wars.
I'm going
This
to
He
man
out here
thinking
trying to
about
have a wholesome conversation about Star Wars, bro. Listen, all I'm saying is, like, Star Wars has a lot of debate because people hate things about Star Wars because it didn't go in the direction they necessarily wanted it to. But I've literally watched a video where I think it was the voice actor for like Darth Maul is talking about how like even the new ones, like, well, I maybe not so much the new ones, but like the Star Wars continuity and the way the actual universe works, if it follows correctly the way the Force is supposed to be and stuff like that, you know who's gonna win. Like you can like kind of read the story before it even gets put out. You know what I mean? Like, um, that's the way the Force works. And whether people want to cry about it, or they want to love it, or they want to hate it, or they want to hate certain aspects about it, in my opinion, I think the prequels do a really good job of setting up, like Anakin, Darth Vader, the way he became Darth Vader. It literally shows you
facts.
how
Facts
the
right there.
Jedi Council turned Anakin into Darth Vader. He didn't just choose to do that.
All I'm saying is everybody hates the prequels, but why have I seen nothing but a bunch of people be excited for Hayden Christensen returning for Ahsoka's
Exactly. People are
Ahsoka's
starting
show?
to come around. Like, again, bro, it's people at first. I don't think
Now,
we're really realizing
I'm gonna
it,
be
but the
honest.
prequels are actually really good.
I'm gonna be honest. I think
Yeah.
it's just the OG fans realizing that the sequels are worse than the prequels, and they're like, the prequels might not be that bad.
Yeah, there's a
I
little
think
bit.
yeah, I think it's
I'm a
also just
prequel
seeing
fan,
original
so
characters return. I
Yeah.
think it's a lot of also about that. Like, it's just like, you know, again,
plus a
like,
lot of people love the Clone Wars too.
Yeah.
yeah, like
But the
it's just
Clone Wars were good. Like the books and shit. Like I will agree with you, Brennan. Like the books and the comics for Star Wars, amazing. But the movies, not so much.
The
But that's
recent
also
movies.
that's
something
also
different
coming
about
from
Star
me,
Wars
who
that comes
I
out that you can
really
enjoy,
hate
though.
the Skywalker saga. Like I'm one of those people who is sick of hearing about the fucking Skywalkers. Like I'm over it. I'm so
Well,
glad
that's what.
that they're all
See,
fucking
and
dead. So
that's another thing that the new movies were kind of supposed to like. I feel like start getting away from because
yeah,
while she does want
that's
to
why I
carry the
really liked
Skywalker
the
name,
thought of the sequels in the beginning, and like I really enjoyed the first one, but the other two are garbage because it
Yes.
went back to the Skywalkers.
it did, but it didn't because it's like yes, because she wants to carry on and she thinks she's a Skywalker a majority of the time, but then it does like, and she does then
Listen,
take on the like,
all I'm
oh, Rey
saying is
Skywalker
you're
name, but at the end
you're
of the day,
kind of
she's not a
biased because
Skywalker.
you got a crush on Rey, so
Hey, bro.
your
Hey,
argument's
bro.
invalid because
I'm not gonna say
Argument's
I don't
invalid.
really. I'm not gonna go and rewatch the prequels. I'll go rewatch every other one. I'm not gonna go rewatch those. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, there's always something about something Star Wars related that's coming out that you can enjoy. Whether
True.
it's the Bad Batch, you can go and rewatch Clone Wars,
Ooh, Bad Batch
Star
was
Wars
fire.
Visions.
yeah, I want to finish
You know,
Bad Batch and then watch
the
Visions.
Mandalorian, and like I was trying to bring up earlier, Boba Fett, bro. This looks fire.
There
Are
was
you
one.
kidding
There
me?
was one little scene in the trailer that I was like, "That's hella awkward," but it
Which
looked pretty
one?
good. The one where what's his face, Boba Fett, swings the axe down, or the staff, whatever the hell that thing is, on the person that he knocked down. I was like, you can tell that he stopped on the ground, like right before he hit the ground to not break the prop.
Listen, bro.
I don't remember the specifics. I know what scene you're talking about, but I can't.
Yeah, like
exactly
it just
remember what it
the
looks
camera
like, so.
held on him stopping for just a little too long, where I was like, yeah, his instruction was don't hit the ground because we don't have a second prop for this.
All I'm saying is it looks hella interesting. And
Oh yeah, it definitely looks interesting.
freaking him becoming
sure.
a ruler, bruh, of Jabba's old thing. I love the scene where they're like, what if we just kill you right now? And she steps forward and she's like, listen, if you would have said that to Jabba, you'd be dead. You'd be getting fed to someone right now.
But we're here listening.
And Boba sits back and he says, speak your mind freely. Go ahead. Because I know at the end of the day, I'll whack you if I want to.
For real. He's like, you don't know what this armor does, boy.
Right.
He said, speak to my lightweight, please.
Exactly, bro. And you can just tell that there's going to be so many badass moments in this. Like, like, he's about to get into some shit and he gonna handle it. And then
right.
also Obi-Wan is coming out next year. Oh, that's
I
forgot
that,
about
bro.
that, to be honest.
Bro, I need that. And
the Ahsoka series.
Dude, I need them both. Like,
Star Wars fans getting kind of fed, bro. I'm kind of jealous.
Bro, they're eating.
And I'm one of them.
They're getting fat. Oh my god. Mando season 3 comes out. I don't even know when, but it's coming.
Oh my god, bro.
Wait,
bro, they're
Mando.
eating.
Why are you so... Stop. Shut the fuck up.
Diego, I don't think you understand how much me and Adrian actually love the Star Wars universe.
Yes,
look, I'm kind of hella disconnected because I just hate the Skywalkers so much. So I like Star Wars, but I'm just like, I like the games and the comics and the TV shows. Fuck the movies. Like, bro, I don't like
me and Adrian.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I maybe only like maybe one of the movies, but hate me, please.
Listen, bro. All I'm saying is Star Wars fans eating because a lot of good stuff is coming out soon, and I'm kind of jealous because I want my anime stuff to be coming out that fast.
You don't got that Disney Plus budget, bro.
Demon Slayer needs to be finished. Freaking Tokyo's Revengers, I need that now. Take my credit card. I'm slamming my credit card on the freaking desk right now. Take it.
Take that shit.
Give it to me. I need it now.
Bro, but Star Wars right now, it is a good time to be a Star Wars fan, bro. Like, oh, dude. And everything just and like you said, that Disney Plus budget, bro. Like, everything looks so good.
So good.
That's like movie quality. And it's for a show. For a show.
Bro, Mandalorian?
An hour of time.
Mando, when he fought the dude with the freaking the dark saber,
bro, dog, I was surprised when Ahsoka turned up and the lightsaber looked good.
Yes, sir.
With the white ass lightsabers. Oh my god,
that looked clean. And then in last season, Luke coming and clapping all the. I just forgot the name of the droids.
Dark troopers or whatever.
I think so. I think that's what they're called.
They're just like robot versions of Dark Troopers, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, that was, bruh. And then, all I'm gonna say is RIP to the homie Grogu because I already know Kylo Ren freaking whacks him. So RIP to the homie.
Yeah, RIP him.
And if y'all haven't made that connection yet, just think about it. He's going to train with Luke. Who else was training with Luke? Kylo. What did Kylo do? He whacked everybody in that bit.
Mm-hmm. You said, all right. Yep, I see the ways the Jedi.
All I'm saying is,
Baby
Mando
Yoda
3, Mando season 3 ain't gonna be as poppin' as the first two. That's all I'm saying. Purely because we're losing all the people who are obsessed with Grogu.
I mean, but that doesn't have to do with the hype.
Bro, all I'm saying is the only reason my girlfriend loved the show so much is because of Baby Yoda. That's all I have to say.
But what I'm saying is, if you enjoyed The Mandalorian for The Mandalorian, then you're gonna be eating. Now, if you're watching for Grogu, then yeah, okay, cool, you can dip out. But then at that point, I don't care if you're watching the show or not because it's not quote
It's
unquote
not your
true
prerogative.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, you're not worried about whatever else is happening. Like, dude, if you didn't get hyped for Luke Skywalker coming in, whacking all those droids and taking Grogu, then like,
I lost
what are
my
you watching
shit.
for?
Look.
What are you
Look,
watching?
like I said,
They weren't hyped when
now
Ahsoka showed up. Shit.
now
Yo, for real,
I
fact.
may be a movie hater, but I love me some Luke. And when that popped up, I was like, I lost my shit. I was like,
Dude,
oh,
I didn't think Luke was showing up this season
that's
or
what I'm saying.
any.
Exactly, like at
No.
all. I was like, is that who I think it is? Like you can you can ask Ness. Like I was literally like popping the fuck off while watching that episode.
Adrian, are they making a Bo-Katan show as well?
It's kind of been a while since I've been like paying attention to like Star Wars news, so I don't know if they are. It's been a hot minute.
Bo-Katan is the female
Yeah, I
Mandalorian that he
remember.
got in a fight with. I
don't
think they might be doing something with her, but like just
If
to give
anything,
you
it's mostly
some
like
backlook,
Mandalorian.
Diego.
Yeah,
I don't
this
know if
was
you know
this
this,
was
but
hella old news because I just looked it up. Literally October of last year, supposedly the spin-off series is in the works, but there's been no news on it.
bruh, look at that. Another one.
Another
Star Wars
one.
fans is eating, but they in a buffet right now.
Bro, they're getting
Oh.
fat. Jesus Christ.
Bruh. Like that, like I personally love them going into like Mandalorian storylines and stuff like that, just because I think that it's such a cool. I don't know if are they considered a race?
What, the Mandos?
Yeah.
I think
So yeah,
so?
it's a very interesting race. Like
They're a
I'd love for
tribe.
them to
I
go.
don't know if that's different, but
I'd love for them to go back in time and like cover the Mando like planet and stuff like that,
yeah, that'd be
and like
great.
give more of a backstory on like the dark saber and all that stuff. Like I think that'd be super interesting.
I mean, most of the dark sabers already been explored, so maybe Mandalorian might do more on it. I don't really see him doing too much though, other than
Yeah, I know
trying to
Clone Wars
receive
covered
it.
a lot of it too, but
Yeah, that
like
was a good time
you know,
too for them.
for the people who didn't watch Clone Wars, like for example, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched all of Clone Wars. I've watched a lot of like the like important parts of it, so I know a majority of like what goes on and stuff like that. I struggle to sit through all of it because I don't really like that type of animation. It's just I don't know why.
I agree with you. I don't like it either.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see like a live action like version of that.
Live action of
Very
Clone
good.
Wars.
Not Clone Wars, like just Mandalo in general, like the planet, what happened to it, and like how
I
they
mean, the
are
last
damn
season
near
of
extinct
Clone
and all
Wars
that.
already. They did like a little bit of it, like what happened a little bit, but not
Adrian,
like.
what the hell did I just say?
I'm just
All
saying.
the people who didn't watch it, because there's people who didn't watch it.
Well, they need to watch it, bro. Like, I don't know the fuck they doing, but they definitely need to watch
Listen,
this shit.
bro, maybe they're like me and they don't like the way it's animated.
They don't have to like it. They want to
Nah,
get the story.
I'm with Brennan. Fuck that shit. I watched like maybe the first season and I was like, this ain't it.
That's one of the like. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some point where I'll force myself and like push through it because like I can do that. I just haven't had. Like I said, I enjoy just like I'll go on YouTube and find all like the important aspects and important moments and stuff like that and watch that. Kind of keep myself like kind of up to date about what's going on with all that and stuff. Other than that, I haven't watched the full series. Same thing with like Bad Batch. I haven't watched Bad Batch yet, but I hear it's good.
It is pretty good. I didn't watch all of it, but it's pretty good.
I watched it when it was coming out weekly, and I loved it. I'm not gonna say something that's very important, like towards the Star Wars storyline, but it is like a little cool side story to like know. Because the Bad Batch weren't even a thing till like last
Late in
season
the
of Clone Wars,
right?
Yeah, it was literally that came out like 2 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
It was when they all died, right?
they didn't die in Bad Batch or in last season, no.
Oh, what was the squad that died?
Is it the?
Or was it 5 or something like that?
I think it's the 501st. Hold on, let me try to see something. 501st division, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I think so.
They had like a big like important like death scene essentially.
Yeah, so 501st like Legion. that should have been like essentially clapped because it's Order 66.
Be like that sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
RIP to the homies. Pull one out.
RIP to them homies, bro.
Yes, sir, bro. That's crazy.
Anywho, speaking of other things that are hype,
the juicy part.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of dark outside. You know what be thriving in the dark?
Goddamn vampires.
Yo.
And you know what? Vampire related came out. We got motherfucking
a little bit of Jared Leto.
Look, man, this is why I said this is gonna be the beefy bit, because I got so much that I want to talk about, and I was just waiting for y'all to shut the fuck up about Star Wars.
You said, let me get to this vampire real quick.
Dude,
you don't let me talk about Jared Leto right now. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Nah, fuck Jared Leto. Okay. Actually, I want both of y'all to speak your piece before I like just I'm about to pull an Adrian with the Jujutsu Kaisen fucking shit. So
Adrian, I'm gonna need you to talk for as long as you can so we can shut him down. I'm just kidding. All right, Adrian,
okay.
Because I watched I thought I saw something in the trailer, and then I rewatched that bitch and paused on the one scene and just start talking.
All right, so my thoughts on the trailer. It was gorgeous. This trailer came out, I think, somewhere last year or a little bit beforehand, and I was a little hyped from it because I didn't know anything about it other than it's somewhere Marvel related. And most Marvel movies, we can agree, are pretty good. All right, can we agree on that? Common consensus?
They great.
No, they're all garbage.
Okay.
True. Anywho, I was like, cool, a vampire story, and it's apparently a Spider-Man villain. So I want to see where this goes. And also in the trailer, I want to talk about some things that I've seen in the trailer. One of them was Oscorp.
Yup.
I saw that.
Yup.
I didn't expect to see Oscorp. Another thing was Spider-Man, like a Spider-Man paint,
is a
spray print. Yeah, that. I saw that and I was like, which one of the Spider-Mans or universes are we in? Are we in the MCU?
Move on.
Before
you make me say some shit, move on.
All right, this is like speculation. I'm not gonna say much. This is like questions I want to bring up. It's like, is it in the James Raimi universe, the Venom universe, the Venom universe is, well, obviously it's in the Venom universe.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is.
They mentioned San Francisco. He
literally
Morbius
says,
himself
"I am Venom." Yeah.
He like talked. I was like, "Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you." But other than that, it was a cool trailer. I'm very excited to see this. Brennan, you can go on with this.
All right, so I'm gonna now talk about it on a standpoint of like not fucking going nerd mode and freaking freeze framing and I saw Oscorp, I saw a mural. Like I watched it on a standpoint of like, is this gonna be a movie I want to watch, or does this seem like an interesting concept? Because I don't know much about Mobius. I know, like you said, he's a Spider-Man villain. I saw Jared Leto I'm gonna go. So before I say anything, I'm gonna speak about Jared Leto because my first thought at the second I saw the end of that.
Before you say that, have you seen Jared Leto in like some other thing? Like you've seen him in Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing I've seen him in,
and that was what I was. You didn't watch Blade Runner 2047?
No.
Okay. All I'm saying is, this character is perfect for the type of actor that Jared Leto is. But continue.
All I was gonna say was he went from having bad luck with being the Joker, which I'm one of the few people who I didn't necessarily mind his Joker. I was curious. Like I wish I could have seen more because I was like, I feel like it could possibly turn into something interesting. But either way, it was essentially like a negative, bad DC character into what is looking like a pretty freaking amazing MC character, or not MCU, but Marvel character. Because I will say, like, I'm definitely like excited to see this. I love the look of like his eyes, the way they would like change, the look of him using the echolocation.
Yeah.
When he was flying, it looked really interesting. When he was like going like that partial, like vampire mode, that looked really cool. He almost looks a lot like if you've watched Castlevania, that
Yes.
Dracula, he looks very similar to that.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think that's
he's
really
like
cool.
supposed to be the Marvel version of Dracula. Like I know I'm I I could be wrong, but I think Dracula does exist in the Marvel universe, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He does.
Um, and then but I'm very interested. I think it's it was a good trailer. I'm biased to the color purple, so when he started doing his little like teleportation speed movements and he was going purple, I was like, that's my boy. But I mean, like, yeah, I didn't. I'm not one of those people. I don't like start super thoroughly like deep looking. I never noticed no mural, no freaking Oscorp thing, just because that wasn't what I was at all like and captured by. That is not what I'm looking for when I'm watching a trailer.
True.
But other than that, it definitely looks fire.
So it's fire as hell. I honestly was kind of worried about the movie because of Jared Leto, but I think he'll do Morbius justice, to be honest, because as I said, like I'm not the biggest Morbius fan, and I've read maybe like one or two comics with him actually in it. So like I don't really know much about him, but from what I can remember is I think he's like kind of like a creepy kind of character. And Jared Leto likes to play the creepy kind of people, or at least portray creepy kind of people. So I think it fits really well for him. Now, as Adrian said, he does mention Venom, so I'm assuming he's in the same universe as Venom, which means that he might be in the MCU if you've seen Venom 2. But there are a handful of things that I think that's not the case. But like it's complicated because I think he is, but he isn't. Is like where I'm at.
Are you
Because
thinking maybe the Venomverse before Venom got like
I don't know.
essentially
So
teleported?
let me speak my piece, and then we'll try to figure out what the fuck I'm thinking. So
Okay.
you've seen the newspaper, right? He's holding a newspaper. You
Yeah.
saw that it said Daily Bugle on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so now I didn't notice this until I read some of the comments, but the Daily Bugle font that is on that newspaper is the same font as the Sam Raimi movies. And also,
Okay.
with that mural that you were talking about, Adrian, the Spider-Man suit that is on that mural is the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, is the now my brain? I'm like, was this originally the Sam Raimi verse, and then it got ported into into the MCU? Because maybe that would help explain what the hell is going on. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not really sure because I was like, well, maybe he's just in the MCU already. I can't now with that thought process. I can't really explain the mural whatsoever. But if he was just originally in the MCU, I'm like, well, maybe since J. Jonah Jameson covered Spider-Man killing somebody, in quotations, um,
Mm-hmm.
with the amount of money and stuff that he would have made from that popularity, he probably got enough money to make the Daily Bugle an official thing, and it just happens to have the same font as the Sam Raimi's verse. I don't know. I don't know. The trailer confuses the shit out of me because of the Spider-Man mural, because like that mural just fucks me up. Anyways,
Well, keep in mind there was also. I know you're saying the suit, but keep in mind there was also a mural, and I think the Amazing Spider-Man. He walked past someone doing a Spider-Man mural as well.
okay. Yeah,
So
so then
that's
maybe it's just a coincidence. Then I don't know.
and it could just think about it, it could just also be an Easter egg, like a nod to Sam Raimi's.
Yeah, that's what I was
Like
gonna say. It
maybe
could just be an
maybe the
Easter
director
egg.
wanted to make it for Sam Raimi, but with the events that happened, you got to. Or maybe that mural is made after the events of Spider-Man: No Way Home, and people have seen that version of Spider-Man suits, and they made a mural of it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I can really think of is just it was that. So, anyways, back to the newspaper because as I said, I thought I saw something. So, at the top of the newspaper actually, it literally says something about the rhino in a zoo, which is, rhino. And
Mm-hmm.
and I think the other one was black cat question mark friend or foe. So, pretty much it's alluding to Rhino and Black Cat, which I think
Mhm.
is really cool because like you know how Marvel just loves to throw the random tiny Easter eggs referencing other characters.
Yup.
And
Yes.
especially since they're planning to actually do something with Rhino and Black Cat, I think that's even like so much better.
I want to see Craven.
I do too.
Yes.
I do too.
I want to see him
And
too.
then also, I literally talked about him when we did the DC episode. The guy
I don't
who
even
played
remember.
Vulture. The guy who played Vulture.
Okay.
Oh, isn't he
Michael
in
Keaton?
this movie?
Michael
isn't he in this
Keaton.
movie?
Yeah. So
He-
and we also see Michael Keaton. So that alone pretty much is like, is this the MCU? Because you know the Vulture.
Mhm.
But at the same time, if it's not in the MCU, then what the hell is the point of him being in the movie? Now, if you've actually looked up like anything about this movie, a lot of the stuff that it'll say like online is literally it raises more questions than answers because that's literally what I
Yeah.
saw when I looked up the Rhino and Black Cat thing. Like that was the headline of the article I read, and
Mhm.
literally, if you could not tell from everything that I was saying for the last like fucking 10 minutes, this trailer just confuses the shit out of me, and I think that might also be why I'm so hyped because I'm like, give me fucking answers.
Mhm.
But aside from like all of that, pretty much everything you said, Brennan, about like the trailer itself is really all that I could really say without like, you know, not deep diving.
Yeah, like very visually appealing.
Yeah, because like his echolocation thing, I don't know about
Look,
you, but that was
hey.
the most satisfying thing in the entire trailer. Just because I love how the ripple effect was. It was
It
just-
was very Daredevil-esque, but like without being blind. Like so, it wasn't
Yeah.
all blue.
yeah,
I don't know if you've seen the original Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, but like that's what it reminded me of. It's like every time he made like a little like hit with the noise, he could see in blue like the entire surrounding.
yeah.
It was
I
very much
vaguely
like that,
remember that.
but it was very much like that, but like you're actually seeing, but you get like it's. I don't know if it's like alluding to like maybe he can see through walls because like technically if a door is open and the sound travels in there, he would be able to like see the stuff in that room.
Yeah,
But it looked visually very, very good, just like everything else. Like I said, like everything down to like the character design of how they made it. Because like I've seen pictures of like Morbius in the comics and stuff, and I'm sorry, but that is literally like that looked ripped straight out of a comic book
yeah,
and then redrawn in like a realistic like
Setting.
version of it.
yeah.
Very, very, very well done. And I think Jared Leto like looks wise is comparable to like what everyone says about like Hugh Jackman for Wolverine. Like it's just like visually
He's the
for
perfect
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say like at the end of the
Almost
trailer
perfect.
where he goes like full vampire, that
Mhm.
literally look like he looks exactly like the comics, at least the comics that I've seen. So
yeah, which is very good.
yeah, and like whenever you nail it like that, that's like the greatest thing ever.
You hit the jackpot, boy.
Said perfect. Love it. What is oh shit.
But that's literally pretty much everything concerning the Morbius trailer. But aside from the trailer, there's also been a bunch of leaks. Do you guys want to get into the leaks, or do you have anything else to say about the trailer?
Let's get into the leaks,
Looks
guys.
good again. Yeah.
All right, so the first one, which happened, I think, the day after the Morbius trailer, is for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. There's a coloring book I think that was released for it, and it leaked the villain for the movie, and that villain is called Shumagorath. Have either of you heard of that character?
Nope.
Aside from What If
No.
Adrian?
No, I don't
Was he a
even.
big dragon or like a lizard looking thing?
No,
No,
it's a
he
squid.
is.
It's like a squid, thing.
looking.
Squid.
It's not even like a squid. It's
It has
okay.
tentacles
Imagine
and one
Starro.
eye.
Imagine Starro, but with a million arms instead of just the 5. Yeah, instead of just
Yeah.
the 5.
Kraken or Cthulhu?
It's funny
Kind
that you
of.
say that because it's a Lovecraftian inspired character or demon. It's basically an old god of the Marvel universe.
Okay.
He's one of the 4 beings called Many Angled Ones, which are literally the old gods of the Marvel universe.
Is that what Doctor Strange was like essentially killing and taking the powers of in the What If series?
Yes, that is the exact same the exact same entity that he was trying to take the powers of. That ended up controlling
But
him.
that whole group, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Shumagorath is a part of that group, basically.
So it sounded like What If is starting to turn into more of like we're trying to introduce things without blatantly introducing them.
That's actually something that I was gonna say is like pretty much the more that like ends up coming out and the more that I watch the shows or like the What If series, because I haven't seen all of them. Like I haven't watched the Doctor Strange turned evil one specifically, because I only watched up until Hank Pym kills the Avengers. But like they all kind of seem like it's like they're all events that we see in the MCU just gone wrong in some cases.
Pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Except like the last 2 episodes.
Or just taken in a different direction.
And when
AKA,
I heard
like,
about
the
Supreme, when I heard about the Supreme Strange, I honestly was just like, oh, there's one that we're never going to really see. Because, everybody's like, oh, Multiverse of Madness, Mephisto's going to be the villain. But
yeah,
because of all of the allusions to Mephisto in WandaVision and everything. Anyways, so
now they're speculating that it could be.
Well, and the reason why I never really thought that Shumagorath was ever going to be like a thing is because he's not killable. Like you cannot kill him. He's like Galactus, except for if you kill Galactus, the whole universe falls apart. But with Shumagorath, you literally cannot kill it. It is
I mean, he never killed
Dormammu.
But
he never Dormammu
did.
can be killed. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure Dormammu can be killed. But anyways,
Diego's saying even if you wanted to, like you couldn't kill him because it would ruin everything.
It is impossible to kill an old god. Like it's just impossible. Like no amount of like damage you do to it, because it's not. It's like an intangible. He's like an intangible being, kind of, because like you can deal damage to the body, but no amount of damage to the body will actually kill it.
Oh, so he's a Logio user. Got it.
Pretty much.
He's Nico.
Of God.
You got to damage the soul.
But like, the name for the movie is so fitting now that like we know who the main villain is going to be. Because one of like the abilities that Shumagorath has is he can manipulate reality and stuff like that, and he's literally called the Lord of Chaos, which, if you don't know, chaos magic is something that Wanda uses. So it's just such a fitting name, knowing what the villain is. It's just I never really thought that Shumagorath would ever be like a thing, because as I said, like it's just a weird, like Galactus makes sense because Galactus is like a very well-known villain, and like Shumagorath is just something that's kind of like a, Doctor Strange deals with him a handful of times, but he's not one of like Doctor Strange's main villains. So speaking of, actually, there's 2 stories that I've heard of that involve Shumagorath, and this is why I also have no idea what the hell they're going to do in the movie. Because for all of the viewers/listeners, I've had several conversations with both of these people and Jay Avocado, who features in episode 2, about what I think the plot of every single Marvel movie will end up being, because I'm probably one of the bigger Marvel nerds in history. With Doctor Strange, the only 2 times that I've like seen Shumagorath ever be mentioned in one storyline, and I had to look this up. Basically, Doctor Strange kills himself to prevent himself from being taken over, which is pretty much the spin-off of Supreme Strange, like the actual story of what happened with Supreme Strange. And Nicholas Scratch, who was the bunny in WandaVision, was the one who was trying to summon it to Earth, and that's why Doctor Strange had to fight it. And then the other one is, it involves Dormammu, which I think maybe Dormammu will have something to do with the movie, since he's kind of just, out there. But
yeah, I was kind of disappointed in Dormammu and his appearance in the last movie. If you ask me.
and I think and obviously he has to return at some point because like he's one of Doctor Strange's biggest villains, and just the fact that he was like a 5-minute.
He's like, "Shoo, you're not gonna be able to kill me." He's like,
what's
fine.
the word? What's the word? He was like not a gimmick.
A
Gag.
jobber.
A gag. There we go. Like a 5-minute gag kind of thing. It's kind of disappointing, and I say kind of very.
Diego, have you heard of the rumors speculating Doctor Strange in Spider-Man: No Way Home? People have speculated that Supreme Doctor Strange might be in Spider-Man: No Way Home because they're thinking when they're in the what is it called, the that one dimension where like you can't affect the outside world.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange aren't running away from something, they're fighting each other. So people are thinking like that could be Supreme Strange fighting Peter in that dimension, which I'm assuming he would draw more power from because, it would be like Dark Dimension type power, I would assume.
That would be tight if it was Supreme Strange.
That would like come full circle and kind of tie into a lot of things considering the leaked villain.
Yeah.
See,
if they did something like that, that would be crazy.
And I said with Marvel What If and like us seeing like a lot of things that like it seems to be alluding to like characters or like possible like events that could like happen or unfold or something. It's almost like What If is like trying to like almost give us like not merge, but they want to introduce the characters before introducing them in the big scene so that when we see them in the big screen it makes sense and we kind of have an idea of who it is.
It makes sense because like I feel like Loki was like the trial run of seeing if that would actually work, having like several versions of one character in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool if it was like Supreme Strange, and then like I don't even know because when does Doctor Strange 2 come out?
Definitely comes out after Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know it comes out after Spider-Man, but I'm saying like what did May 6th. So that's like the second movie next year.
I mean, personally, if you ask me, it sounds weird, especially how What If ends. I feel like if anything, maybe the Watcher not gonna show up in this movie because I don't see him showing up in Far From Home. Maybe in Multiverse of Madness, I see him popping up because Supreme Doctor Strange. It's very. If he wanted to, he can clap Peter. Like,
but that's why Doctor Strange is there to protect Peter.
No, this man is strong. Like,
no, I know,
very strong, especially in What If. Like, this is like it's if anything, and if he appears, he's probably gonna be like early Strange when he's trying to like get a grip of the new power he's trying to get a hold of in What If. If that's the case, then that's fine. But if not, and this is like for some reason him end a series What If, which would be weird because he has a whole thing at the end he has to do, which I don't see him doing anything else other than that. I'm just gonna need a good explanation on what the fuck end of series What If the Supreme Strange is doing.
True.
And why is he fighting?
I brought that up because I just thought it would be interesting because that could be another way they introduce the character. Like, what if the Supreme Strange popped into that timeline, but something happened and he like lost all the things that he like.
Dude, what if
from
what if that's why Doctor Strange isn't in the rest of the movie because he goes to deal with Supreme Strange,
or he's dealing with Multiverse of Madness.
Well, that's what I was getting into. Is like he goes to deal with Supreme Strange, and then maybe he either deals with Supreme Strange, or the moment that he leaves Peter in the new reality that he formed. Like from that moment, that's where Multiverse of Madness starts.
It's just so crazy thinking about the possibilities they have right now to go between like where they want to take each character and the storyline they want to go with. Like it's literally like they could do anything they want now. Like
They
literally
really
they
could.
could,
Well,
because
and
Doctor
Loki
Strange also
worked.
has the
So
ability to.
literally, you can. This is why, Brennan. 2 years ago, I was so excited for the Doctor Strange movie because this is exactly what I was hoping for. Because since Loki did well with introducing several different versions of the same fucking character, you can just do that with any given character now, even Strange himself. Like,
Well, Strange is another easy one because with his power, he can basically go in wherever he wants, whenever he
exactly.
wants. Like it's,
That's why I
you
was
know,
so
that,
fucking hyped, and
and
why
then
I'm
Especially with
so
the
hyped
events
for
of
this
after
movie.
Loki can
Like,
just
like
don't also forget Wanda is gonna be in the movie too, and
exactly.
her, like you said, chaos magic. Like she's another person whose like strength is up there with Doctor Strange, and like where she can go, what she wants to do is literally up to her. Like there's almost no limits on where and what they want to do. They
Well,
can
there's
essentially
literally
do
no
almost
limits
whatever.
on her because I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
she's the
so
strongest sorcerer.
and I mean
Period.
we already know that she's definitely going back to try to quote unquote save her kids.
Yeah.
Because spoiler alert, if you for some reason have not watched WandaVision,
Well,
the
before you
ending
say
like
that, if you
credit
haven't watched WandaVision, go watch it.
yeah, I don't know what you're doing,
exactly.
but that ending credit scene is her like hearing her kids cry out for help, and her like, you can tell on her face like, all right, that's where I'm going. Like I'm going to help them. So I think at some point in the movie for Doctor Strange, it's gonna be. I think something's gonna go wrong when she goes and gets the kids or
Oh,
tries to
for
save the kids,
sure. Well,
and
that's
then he's gonna
that's
show up
also
to
why
help her
everybody
or
was
get her out of it.
that's also why everybody was like saying, Mephisto's going to be the villain because Mephisto is the character who steals her kids from her. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm like there's so many
Where are you
questions that
going
I
with this?
have
Like, what storyline are you trying to go with?
because like yes, I'm excited that Shumagorath is going to be a character because like I've always wanted to see a fucking movie with him since like the first time that I ever saw him was in Marvel vs. Capcom, one of the best fighting games ever. I'm excited that he's going to be the villain, but I'm like, where does Wanda's storyline fall into this movie? Because does that mean that Mephisto and Shumagorath are going to be in the movie?
Mm. Or maybe it could be like a little bit like Doctor Strange deals with Shumagorath, while maybe WandaVision's part is more towards the later part of the movie, and that sets up like
Doctor Strange
Wanda
3
season
or
2.
yeah, or WandaVision season 2.
Or maybe even a Scarlet Witch movie.
A Scarlet
Dealing
Witch
with like
movie would be
Mephisto and stuff.
gas.
It would be crazy.
Ooh, I would want to see that.
But like they have options of where they want to go and what they want, because realistically they could do like a big, especially with something as big as Mephisto, they could turn that into a movie, and they could use like the
Easily.
series, the TV series, the WandaVision TV series as like a filler for in between each like thing.
Each movie,
So like for
yeah.
example, like WandaVision season 1 introduced the concept of it. Doctor Strange starts up either a movie and or season 2. If they don't decide to go the movie route, then season 2, and then they just carry on in seasons, or they go the movie route and they do the movie, but then they do season 2 of WandaVision, and that takes you like the immediate events after like a Wanda movie.
Yeah.
And like that could be an interesting concept that they do. I don't think that's what they'll do. I think they'll just do everything in the season, in the like series, because they've already confirmed they're doing season 2. I don't know if filming or anything has started, but like they'd be putting a lot
just
into
wrapped
Wanda.
for Doctor Strange, so I think
They'll probably be starting it soon.
Yeah.
And like, see, that's a lot for Elizabeth Olsen, and obviously she probably wants to be doing other things other than just Marvel movies. So, or even just having time to be with her family,
True.
So I don't see them going like a movie and TV series route. I think it will be just in the series, but I think Wanda's part in this movie will like, if anything, she'll show up and help Doctor Strange for a majority of the movie, or he'll be like training her.
Yeah.
And then like the ending of the movie and her going to Mephisto or something will maybe tie up to the end of Doctor Strange. Like she ends up in that, because let's think about it. In that thing, it's like she's just reading it and sitting crisscross applesauce, almost in a spirited. Actually, I think she was in her spirited. Her, what is it called? The spirit projection form.
Yeah.
Um,
Astral
she was
projecting.
reading it.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was reading it in that, which is something Doctor Strange literally does in the first Doctor Strange movie. So what if she goes to that little hut and hears that at the end of the Doctor Strange movie? And then you get to see where she goes to get the kids, and like you get introduced to Mephisto at like the very end. It's like, dang, you just went through all this madness, and here goes her going into another multiverse, getting in trouble with another being that is like freaking OP, and and so I think that would be a very interesting direction they could go with everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just they've opened themselves up to freaking Star Wars level universe building at this point.
Mhm.
That is what I am saying.
Can't
Dio's
wait
like, I'm
to
here
see
for
it, bro. Eat it now, bro. Speaking of villain leaks for this week, we got MODOK
Yeah.
and
Honestly, I think this came out today, right? Was it today
I thought
or
it came out
yesterday?
yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah. So it was leaked, right? It was a leak.
Yeah,
Or was
it's
it
a leak.
revealed? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's a leak.
Yeah, I'm
to be
pretty sure
honest.
it's a leak, but apparently Jim Carrey is gonna be MODOK, which, if you guys aren't aware, there's a Hulu series on the character, which is more of like for comedic purposes, but also
Like Harley Quinn.
yeah, pretty much. I think it's pretty much Marvel's answer to Harley Quinn. But if you've played the Avengers game, God bless your soul. That was I think one of the main villain for that game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, for the newest Marvel.
Yeah, the newest Avengers movie.
Diego said it was too
Game.
trash to remember. Sorry.
I didn't buy it, and I never watched gameplay of it, but I heard it was trash. So I was like, oh,
Yeah,
even
it
more of a
was-
reason not to buy it.
It was a shit show.
Last thing I heard was them adding Black Panther, and I was like, ooh, cool.
They're
Never
trying,
looked
yeah,
into
they're
it.
like adding DLC and trying to redeem it. If it goes on sale for like less than $20, I'll buy it, but that's literally it. And that's coming from me, somebody who loves Marvel.
And man, it's a game's trash. A game's trash. You can't help it.
Exactly. That's why I say and will always say DC does games better.
True.
Anyways, so with MODOK, aka mechanized organism designed only for killing, I think Jim Carrey would be pretty fun, especially since that character is more of just a gag character. I mean, obviously he's not a gag character, but you know what like look at his design.
It's like a comedic value.
Yeah, it's a comedic value character.
Villain.
But
I thought he's more of a serious, even though he looks goofy.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. And Jim Carrey can do that perfectly. Be a goofy ass person in a serious movie. I mean,
Yeah.
Sonic, Egghead.
yeah, literally.
Yes.
Eggman and Sonic. It's a more like, yes, it's a children's movie, but you know, he was a
Jim Carrey can do it, bro. He got range, bro. I don't
Yeah, that's
care
what
what
I'm
anyone says. Like,
So
there's no doubt.
honestly, I was waiting for this ever since Iron Man 3. And now that we're diving more into some of the weirder sides of the Marvel Universe with, Doctor Strange, Loki, and now, Thor Love and Thunder kind of playing into like some of the more, what's the word? I guess unbelievable sides of the Marvel verse. And of course,
The more actual fiction side.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the ones that are a little more fictional.
yeah, so like now MODOK being a thing, back when Iron Man 3 came out, it was more of like a realistic kind of MCU. So like just throwing in MODOK would make no sense. Anyways, so MODOK works for AIM, and let me not get ahead of myself actually. He works for AIM or is the leader of AIM sometimes, and if you remember with Iron Man 3, which is why I brought it up, Aldrich Killian, which was the villain of that movie, he created AIM.
Question: what movie is this for? Has that been released yet, or is it just saying like, "Hey,
It's just
Jim Carrey's
saying,
playing
hey,
MODOK"?
Jim Carrey's playing this character. At least that's what.
Okay, so
I
then
just read the headline. I could be wrong. Adrian, did you read the article or no?
I didn't read the article. I just heard the rumor. Not the
so
rumor, just
then
the leak of it.
what movie do you believe he would make the most sense in?
Let's see who deals with AIM. I know that AIM is like an Avengers kind of deal, because like they're basically
Yeah.
like a terrorist organization. have I read anything?
What if
with
he's a
AIM in
Deadpool
it?
3 character? Imagine.
That would be fucking great.
That
would be
that would be
fantastic.
That would be
so.
funny.
That would be
low-key.
so perfect. That would be perfect.
I know he's a Captain America villain too.
Yeah, he's a Captain America villain. He's a Spider-Man villain, but
Isn't
I
he
don't.
an Iron
But
Man
it's
villain
definitely
too?
not
he's an
Spider-Man.
Iron Man villain. But Iron Man's dead, so.
Yeah.
The only way they can do
Captain
that
America,
is if they
unless
want to
you're gonna have
revive like
Falcon do it.
Iron Man.
Or you could with Armor Wars, you could have Rhodey deal with him, or Ironheart, like kind of do that kind of thing. But I honestly, at this point, Deadpool kind of seems like the only realistic option, because like no other character really makes sense. Because like Doctor
Especially not
Strange,
movies that they're coming out with anytime soon.
yeah, anytime soon. And Doctor Strange is like yes, it's more of the fantastical side, but he's also one of the more serious kind of comic book like characters. So cuz you know what I mean, like having some weird kind of organism or whatever the hell wouldn't be crazy for Doctor Strange. Oh, Fantastic Four. He's a Fantastic Four villain too. So maybe
it could be a Fantastic
he could
Four.
be the Fantastic Four villain. I don't know why they would do that. I feel like that is way too soon if that is the case.
Yeah, it's too soon to make another Fantastic Four to give it a go.
No, I'm saying like because they are doing Fantastic Four, like they revealed that at the Disney Expo thing. But I'm saying like it's too soon for Fantastic Four to deal with MODOK, because just no. But
I mean, the first movies they just dealt with Doom all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe, I mean, I guess it really depends on what they do with MODOK. Yeah, that's like I don't really have much to say. Like I said, I haven't really read anything with him in it. I just know the things he's in. But
I don't know too much about MODOK, but it'll be interesting because this could also be like maybe a little hint at a new Avenger movie coming like at some point. Because like you said, it is a pretty like Avenger type villain as well.
Yeah.
Or he could just be one of those like support roles. Like,
since we're here, let's look up MODOK and see who deals with him. Oh, Miss Marvel.
They are coming out with a Miss Marvel movie, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so that could be it.
I mean, it's the Carol Danvers Miss Marvel, but I mean, Kamala Khan could easily. I mean, you got a chick with big arms and shit. Like having just a character that's just a giant ass head and some tiny arms. That doesn't really,
I don't know. I'm interested. Let us not distract from the way they need to hurry up and make a Nova movie.
Agreed.
Same.
Let me hear some of that Nova propaganda.
I don't even see him fitting anywhere right now, so it has to be
That's
like a
what
new
I'm
character
saying.
deal.
He
Like
has
it has
to be a new
unless
character.
unless they do something with AIM, and like I said, it has to be something Avenger related if they're gonna bring up the whole AIM organization, like as of what they are, then it has to be like a group type of like Fantastic Four or Avenger type thing. Because there's no way they can just introduce one character and just bring up AIM as if it's nothing.
Yeah, they need to start like letting out breadcrumbs for AIM if they want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Hydra, they were able to drop off Hydra the way it was because Hydra was of course a World War II villain group.
He also deals with X-Men quite a bit apparently. So there's like a handful. Okay, definitely not going to be Captain America or Spider-Man. It's just that.
Yeah, there's nowhere. Unless they're gonna have Falcon deal with them.
Yeah, they're not gonna have Falcon deal with them. I can guarantee
exactly.
that much. So literally only an X-Men or Miss Marvel or Avengers kind of thing.
So who's this Falcon character y'all keep talking about? Because I only know Captain America.
Bruh, what you mean?
The Falcon don't exist no more. It's Captain America.
The Falcon still exists. It's just a different character now.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's only Captain America right now.
Look, this is a very like out of nowhere kind of conversation. But the character who's supposed to become Falcon next, he becomes like a human bird hybrid. I'm not
Huh?
sure if that's something that
Sounds
they're
hot.
going to actually do.
A harpy.
Yeah, he
Uh,
basically becomes a harpy pretty much.
So he's Monet
like as
from
in
Punk Hazard.
like he can transform into a bird, or like he's literally 24/7 looking like Raw.
So I don't know, cause I remember looking him up when he was introduced because I was like, that name sounds vaguely familiar, and he's
Mhm.
um he's
Because I'm thinking if it's someone who can transform or like can transform part of his body into something like that,
yeah.
then I see it maybe them doing like, oh, he's a mutant since they're about to bring in mutants, and like his mutant ability is like to become Falcon like.
Yeah, I don't know. All
Then
I
I
know
could see
is
that working,
he's
but
Sam Wilson's Falcon, and he's pretty much just part bird because like the wings that are on his arms to fly are
I see,
actual
yeah.
wings.
imagine you go
I
over
just looked
someone's
him up.
house and you're like, oh, where's your mom and dad? Well, my mom's in the kitchen. My dad's in his cage right now.
Oh my god.
Mama got down bad for
But
real.
you see what I'm talking about though, right, Adrian?
Yeah, I see exactly what you
So
mean.
I'm pretty sure they're just gonna take some liberties like they did with Sam and just not make him part bird. Cause they made
Mhm.
Red Wing like a robot instead of an
A
actual
mechanic.
hawk. So
Well, like I said, I mean, they're introducing mutants, and that could be a way that they like
I don't think I think it's
get
I think
the.
he's like a genetic experiment or some shit, not a mutant. But you're right
But I'm
though.
saying
Is
they
like when
could
they
change it
introduce
into a
mutants, it's not
mutant-esque
too
thing.
far out of it's not too far
Like,
out of
you know,
reach or whatever.
That's the best way, and then it gets the mutants onto like the quote unquote mainstream aspect of something, like a mutant becoming that big of a hero. Like everyone now knows Falcon. They know like, oh, he like helps the Avengers and stuff like that, or he's like an honorary member or an actual member of the Avengers.
Yeah.
So then to
Mhm.
like have a an Avenger character then pass down the torch. And I'm speaking like it'll give them the credit in said universe because everyone knows mutants doesn't have like a very good view in the public eye.
Yeah.
So like it would be a good way for them to be able to like give a mutant character a bigger spotlight to the actual population, just so that it's not like
Yeah, not
the
like the real
typical like
world population,
mutant
like
hate.
the MCU population.
Yeah, like and it'll be cool to see a mutant especially, and it'll like, or maybe that's how they like partially introduce it too, is like mutants aren't like a big thing to the world, but then like, or like some of them still feel scared or like they have to hide their powers, and then a mutant becomes like a quote unquote Avenger level hero,
Yeah.
and they feel more comfortable, like more and more start popping out or something like that. Like I could see them doing something like that depending, but again, that depends on how they decide to draw the mutants into the MCU.
I honestly think so. I don't think I actually told you my theory, but back when we were getting trailers for WandaVision and stuff, there was a bunch of House of M Easter eggs that were shown in the trailers, and
Mm-hmm.
and literally like one of like the props like literally like had like a straight up allusion to House of M. And if you don't know what House of M is, it's basically a storyline where Wanda just says like no more mutants because she's so like good at what she's doing at that point in time. She says no more mutants and literally destroys like I think like 80% of the mutant population.
God damn.
And I was telling Jay, I was like, I think it's going to be the reverse. So instead, of saying no more mutants, she's going to somehow use her reality warping power to create mutants. And obviously that didn't end up happening. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to that same theory with since now, and this is actually a theory that I haven't said anything about until just right now, but since Doctor Strange is whatever he did that brought in the Sam Raimi verse and the Amazing Spider-Man verse and Venom
Mm-hmm.
into it now, like confirmed Venom into it. Maybe when he did that, he also brought mutants.
So
And
someone like Deadpool.
Yeah, so
Since Deadpool's supposed to be introduced into the MCU in
at
this
some
next
point in
Deadpool
time.
movie.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I thought that Wanda was originally going to be the character who introduced mutants and maybe brought, Deadpool over because, everybody was like, "Oh, well he's bringing Evan Peters as Quicksilver over or she's bringing Evan Peters as Quicksilver over." So she's just bringing all of the Fox mutants over. But, again, that ended up not happening. But since Doctor Strange is literally bringing people from a different universe, I think he may bring some of the Fox characters over. And obviously, they're going to be doing a bunch of recasting for the X-Men, but Deadpool is my point. He's bringing over Deadpool.
Yeah. Like,
So-
that could be a little cool, like, Easter egg at the end
'Cause
of the movie. Like,
honestly-
Deadpool pops up or something.
Because looking at this objectively, if Doctor Strange, or since Wanda wasn't the one to do it, the only one that really makes sense that has been introduced so far is Strange. If Strange didn't bring mutants into the MCU, then like there's the third thing, which is Eternals, which obviously, we haven't seen the movie yet, but maybe, and this may be debunked by the time that, you listen to the next episode, but maybe they're going to retcon it and just say that, mutants have always been here.
Like how they said the Eternals have always been here.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fine because,
I don't see them doing that. I feel like they'll do something big.
that's what I'm saying though, is that like it's fine if they do because they retcon a bunch of stuff and like everybody's like, yeah, that's cool. Like who the fuck cares? But I think it would just be cooler if, again, like with Venom and possibly the two other Spider-Men, if they just if Strange just accidentally brought all of them in while he fucked up the spell. I think that would be really cool, and everybody could just be like, that's fine.
I'll say the reason I don't think they'll just retcon mutants in is like if they do that, then they might as well have like just retcon the scroll in, which they didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everyone was suspicious of it, or they were like, "Oh, could they do like a secret invasion type thing?"
Yeah.
But like they used Miss Captain Marvel to introduce them, and then later on, announce that like, oh, like
Secret
like,
Invasion
they're
is still
already
happening,
into-
but they're
yeah, like it's already in the works. Like the Skrull have already gotten into Shield as like people who help because they were friends and stuff like that. Like, they didn't just, oh, by the way, the Skrull are already on Earth. Like they didn't do that. And to me, they would have just retconned Skrull in to, start up Secret Invasion if that's something they would do.
Well,
Mutants,
and you're right
I
because
feel like would
it's
already-
a Fox property. So if they retcon Skrulls in, why wouldn't they just retcon everything else in? But
yeah. So, in my opinion, I think they will do some kind of
now,
like,
I will say one group that I pray to God is retconned in is the Fantastic Four, because I'm sorry, but for the same reason as Spider-Man, we don't need another fucking origin movie. We don't.
Or what if that's how they introduce it? What if like Doctor Strange brings in the Fantastic Four? They can literally use this movie to bring in everyone. Like you're saying,
They
like
can.
it's literally like and like it doesn't even have to be a big part of the movie. Just like when the spell like messes up, they can just have little alludes in the movie of like for example, like a news in the back playing like
new person gets meta abilities type shit.
Yeah, new superpower people are popping up here and there. Fantastic Four weren't mutants, right? They got their powers from that.
They got it
powers
from like an
from
experiment.
So maybe when they're so I know in the first movie, the experiment is like they go into space, something explodes, and when they come back to Earth, they were given the power of whatever was around them.
I'm
But
pretty
what
sure
if-
that is their origin?
So what if that
I don't know.
happens during the same time in a different universe as Doctor Strange's spell? So that kind of happens, and in the back you see a news story of like a unknown shuttle, returning with people who have insane abilities.
Yeah.
Like something like that would be really cool for them to do. And then,
Honestly-
like I said, in a later one, they do the same thing but with mutants or something, or like Doctor Strange like sees a mutant, he's like, oh no, what did I do?
Honestly, I
Um,
would just prefer like an established Fantastic Four that we just completely glossed over until recently. Because like don't get me wrong, I do like Reed Richards, but the Fantastic Four as a whole, I don't really care for. And part of that might just be because of the movies, because I watched the first time that they took a shot at Fantastic Four back in like 2006 or whatever. That was my first introduction to the Fantastic Four, and yes, it was an okay movie because they're all okay movies, but just because of the fact that those movies were okay, I just was just like, yeah, I'm never gonna read a Fantastic Four comic, and I never have. So I would just prefer if they did like an established, and again, this is just because I'm disinterested in the Fantastic Four as a whole. I could be, completely off, but like I would just prefer an established team, because if I have to sit through one more origin movie for these fuckers, I swear to God.
I figured it out. They're getting introduced in Spider-Man. We're gonna see the Spider-Man Fantastic Four bag over his head suit. Confirmed. 100%.
Confirmed.
That's exactly what they're doing. Amazing. Wow. I should work for Marvel.
The new what is it? The Future Foundation Spider-Man suit. We're getting that in No Way Home.
Y'all wanted to see the suits. You got the suits.
We're giving you all the suits. We gave you like 8 suits we gave you like 8 suits in Far From Home, and now in No Way Home you're getting the rest of them.
Every single one of them. You ain't missing
Venom
a single one.
It's there.
The anti-Venom suit, all of it.
Cosmic Spider-Man. It's there.
Cosmic Spider-Man.
I would love if they did Cosmic Spider-Man. I highly doubt it. But seeing Cosmic Spider-Man I would die of, like, I could die that moment and I would be happy.
That would be crazy.
That would be fucking insane.
Dude, I don't understand. I don't think my mind would be able to comprehend that. If I saw that in like the MCU, I'd be like, my mind would be.
That would. I feel like that would be a spin-off like TV series.
Oh. Are we getting a special guest? Favorite Spider-Man suit? Go.
Obviously, we got to give credit to the Spider-Man suit that shows up in Infinity War when they're in the spaceship, bro.
Iron Spider.
Yes, sir. It was going hard on the paint.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I don't get why people hate that suit so much.
Dude, it's so. Look, I'm sorry. I agree. The original Iron Spider is iconic, but look, you're gonna hate me. The one in Infinity War is better.
I don't. You said it's better, but I don't mind that. I don't see the problem with nanotech being the suit, and people are like, gets rid of the what was it, like, not death, but it was like the atmosphere or what I don't know why I can't like think of what I want to say. But they said it was missing something. I'm like, what does the nanosuit get rid of?
Of things.
I don't understand what the
off
problem
the top of my head,
is.
I can't really think of it, just because like I headcanoned the MCU Iron Spider suit as like the actual Iron Spider suit. But I know that I think that Brennan, you probably know. I think the original Iron Spider suit only had 3 legs.
No, it had 4.
4, yeah, it was 4.
It had 4 legs.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to have more because spider, but it only had 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a Doc Ock suit. I'm pretty
it's
sure.
Literally just. I think it's the same tech as his arms too, if I remember correctly.
We have to think Spider-Man has 4 limbs, so 4 plus 4 equals 8.
Big brains ready to come in.
Yeah, for real. I genuinely don't think that they've missed on any suit that they've shown us. I love
the ones we got small glimpses of.
Like, even in the first movie of Tom Holland Spider-Man, where he uses his home suit and how it looked close to the Scarlet Spider suit, I loved that. The Spider-Man Noir, I don't know how to pronounce it. Noir. Yeah, that type of vibe, though.
Yeah.
Like, that suit was pretty cool. The black and red suit was sick. I really like that one.
Red suit. I'm gonna be honest. Out of every single suit that we've ever seen in live action, that one is my favorite. That
one looks fire. The one that Tony gave him in Civil War is fire. Like, I love the look of that one.
Yeah.
this incoming Spider-Man suit, this black one that we're about to see. That one looks sick.
I need to see it. Like, it looks
Yeah.
amazing, and like on like just the pop. So I just need to
So,
see it in
like-
the movie.
I'm definitely like they've hit on all of them. The Iron Spider suit, in my opinion, looks great. Well, I don't know if I agree with you if it's better because I'd love to see them actually do like the OG
trust
look.
me. OG
Like,
look,
I'd love
I
to
would
see
love,
it.
but
Just because then I'd be able to justify whether it's better or not. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying those statues I'd be looking at in like Universal and it's Iron Spider. I'm like, yo, this is freaking, this is sick. I'm like, yo, this is kind of fire. I don't know. I think it'll be very interesting, and I like that they're giving us the suits. I like that they've given this Spider-Man a way of having new and different suits every time, and not
That's
every
why-
time, but like.
that's why I don't
That's why I'm like,
understand.
I don't understand why people hate the Iron Man help aspect. I'm like, at the end of the day, like
This man spitting.
the black and red Spider-Man suit, like Peter technically created that. He just used the tools that were given to him, and think he picked the best tools that would help him fight that specific villain. It's not like he came out OP, freaking whacking everything. Like, he still struggled, and he took only the tools that he felt were going to help him. But not overbear the dude. Like, he didn't, just pick the Iron Spider suit and just tell like, yo, insta kill mode, and just freaking took out everything. And he still designed it himself. So like, it's still like I think it still shows like the actual creative and smart side to Peter Parker of not only being able to use the tools that he was given, but to be able to design a whole suit that was specifically made for him to fight that villain.
Look at this
That was
man.
fire.
This man spitting.
Go King.
Bro. I'm
Go
not here for the Tom
King.
Holland. I'm not here for the Tom Holland slander, bro. I think this is the best Spider-Man they've done. I think people love Sam Raimi Spider-Man just out of nostalgia and because they didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man and where that went. So they're like, nah,
All
Tobey
right, I'm gonna say
Maguire's
something
never going to be beaten.
controversial. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was better than Tobey Maguire's.
I just, again, very different points of their lives, and like you can definitely tell Andrew Garfield was going for a different story. Think they went with Gwen Stacy instead of Mary Jane. I think they both have their respective like good qualities about each. Like I'm sorry, Tobey Maguire's villains cannot be beaten. If you're gonna argue and tell me that those movies are the best, I'm gonna sit here and say those movies are the best because of their villains, not because of Tobey Maguire being a better Spider-Man. It's just because he has better villains, period. Now, if you put those villains in with Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland, obviously they'd have to be written a little differently to match the like vibe of that said universe.
Yeah.
But like Doc Ock, that Spider-Man movie that like, to me, the best thing about that movie was the villain.
Mm-hmm.
The Green Goblin, William Dafoe's Green Goblin, was an amazing Green Goblin. That I think also gave that
movie. But I mean now, but
yeah, but
I didn't even watch
and then think the third one falls short. Why? Because they have 50 different villains they're trying to use, and none of them really met the same.
And that was
bar
all
that
the executives'
Green
fucking
Goblin-
fault too. Like
Yeah,
to defend
And
the
so-
Sam Raimi, Sam Raimi himself, he didn't want to do Venom. He didn't want to do like
Mm-mm.
any of that shit, but they fucking forced him to. So
yeah, they wanted more from him or whatever.
yeah,
But but that movie fell short because there was no villain in there that you felt was like,
main villain.
I would argue
the main
best
villain
one
was
in
Peter
that villain-
himself. Actually, let's be honest.
Yeah, but I would argue the
Yeah.
best villain in that movie is Sandman because of the connection you get to draw with him
Yeah.
and like the type of character development you get to see, which is the same character development you get to see from Green Goblin, from Doc Ock. Like, you get to see that in them, which is why you love those characters. They're the same as like, whenever you watch a movie and you see a villain that like you almost look at and you're like, dang, like he's almost not a villain. He just has a different way. Thanos is a very great example of that. You look at Thanos and you're almost like, but I mean, is he wrong? Like,
Yeah.
just take out half and we're living pretty nice. Like, like that's where I'm kind of just, those movies
a
are
little
really
bit
good
more
because they're
complexity.
villains.
Yeah.
I would, I'm not saying Tobey Maguire is a bad Spider-Man.
No, I'm
I
saying
just
he's a
don't
bad
think he's the
Spider-Man.
best.
I'm saying he's a bad Spider. I'll say it for you. I'm saying he's a bad
You can
Spider-Man.
say that.
I will say it every day for the rest of my life, and I do not give a shit. He is the worst Spider-Man. Period. Even the Japanese Spider-Man. You know what I'm talking about. The Japanese one.
Spider-Man.
He's better than fucking
The
Tobey
one
Maguire.
with the gun.
Yes, he's better than Tobey Maguire. And you think I'm joking. And you think I'm joking. I'm being dead ass. I hate Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man so much.
Oh my
Damn.
god, bro. This is funny.
But Andrew Garfield, I don't think was necessarily a horrible. I think he was actually a fantastic Spider-Man. I just think his Peter Parker was a little.
You could say
Too-
he's a amazing Spider-Man.
amazing Spider-Man.
I hate that. I hate you. I can't believe you done this.
Hey, bro. And you could say that
Well-
Tom Holland is the spectacular Spider-Man.
No.
His design
Stop.
looking kind of similar.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Hey, yo, let's not cap. Spectacular Spider-Man had a great theme song.
Oh yes, it did.
Oh,
Oh yes,
facts.
it did.
That theme song was
That
great.
shit was a banger, bro. They were
Top
in the
tier,
studio
if I do say
cooking,
so
bro.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I said they was in the studio cooking, bro. What you mean?
Oh, I thought you said they cucking me. I was like, what?
What?
Alright, bro. Diego, you on demon time, bro. Let's go.
Listen, bro.
Y'all call me a demon. I'm ashamed of this.
Look, I'm a demon in
Hey, dude,
disguise.
don't even act like you're innocent.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
am,
say.
bro.
I was gonna say. Hold on. Who am I talking to?
I am innocent. What you mean?
I'm a demon in disguise. You just a straight up demon.
Sorry, I forgot.
I
His
just be-
demon name is Curtis.
I just be spitting, and y'all just not seeing the vision, bro. That's just me.
Listen, Adrian, I can match up with you on a lot of visions, but there's not a lot of.
You spitting something, but it ain't facts.
Oh, that's a damn lie. You know it.
Adrian,
You just
listen,
not
I'll tell
seeing
you,
it.
there's a lot of times where your vision is 20/20, but then there's some that like they 69/69, bro. You want some wild demon time, bro.
Sometimes it's hard being knowing all, bro. I don't even know
Adrian,
what
you
the fuck I
saw Zoe Kravitz for 30 seconds.
2.5 seconds. Not even 30 seconds.
You were willing to risk it all.
did. Of course.
So, of course.
The first scene, like literally the first scene in the Batman trailer, this man was like, "I need her."
You mean to tell me no one thought that?
I mean, look,
No.
hold on. Let me
Let
reevaluate.
Let me Diego, speak on it.
All I'm
Speak
saying
on
is, this man's spitting. He's spitting facts. This time
It-
he's
it-
spitting
it-
facts.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
no.
I need her, bro. Like, what you want?
I live vicariously through Adrian's demon time. All right. Well, Javen, since you popped in during the podcast, you got anything you want to talk about that came out this week? We'll call it the Javen.
Javen time.
To Javen exclusive,
You guys already ran through everything.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I see.
So if you got some stuff you wanna add in, I can do some editing.
You got
magic.
some juicy
That's
tea to
okay.
spill?
I actually thought you guys were done. Like, that's why I joined. That's my fault.
F.
Damn.
Well, you could be here for the outro. Do you guys have anything else you want to mention, or
I mean, should we talk about Platinum Man, even though we were done with our anime
we
stuff?
already finished? I didn't watch it. I'm gonna let you know. All right. Well.
Speaking of Death Note, bro,
Oh God.
this podcast gonna have to come to an end just like
Oh.
Death Note did.
I thought
Yo,
you
I
was
thought
talking
you
about
were
that,
gonna
no?
throw your weekly Death Note slander out there, but you actually did a
Nah,
pretty.
you like that
clean-
transition?
Yeah, that was a clean ass transition. So
Hey, dap me up. All right, bro. Well, like I said, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. I feel like this was a really great podcast. A lot of good conversations, especially on that Marvel part. You know,
that beefy part.
did some deep diving. You know,
Some
but with that being
theories.
said, as always, check out Diego, aka Wrath's main channel, his gaming channel. Let's get this boy to like 1,000 followers or subscribers. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we had
like all
we
his
had a cool
videos.
452 right now. So if we could
Yes,
bump that up to
sir.
1,000 like next week, that'd be
That'd
crazy.
be nice. Even though your channel's bigger than this one, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
As always, check out Adrian's Twitch. If we could get him as many followers on there before he actually officially gets 100% started up, that'd be great as well.
I'll be goaded. I love y'all. I'll give you a kiss on
For
the cheek.
me, if you want to check it out, I might be starting a pop Instagram. If I do, I'll have Diego link it in the description. But other than that, I am running the TikTok and the
All the
Instagram.
social
So if you don't
medias.
mind showing love over there, we have a little like my link page that Diego will have in the description to where you could go to each one, follow, give us some likes. I'll be like, for example, I just posted tonight at the beginning of this podcast that we were filming this one that we're filming right now, and I put out the time period that it will probably be out. Which
It might
obviously it would
probably-
already be out.
With me, the way
But-
that I slave away, it'll be out.
Yeah. So, you know, if you follow us there, you'll see when we're filming when it should be out. A lot of good information. You'll see a lot of the blooper reels on there. TikTok, you'll see all the blooper reels. Also, I think that'll be a good place for you guys to tell us things you want us to talk about, or maybe we'll start running polls of like, you know, what are some things we should check out, or like favorite characters or something like that. I really want to start utilizing it more. Other than that, also shout out to our surprise guest at the very end, Jay. Follow him on or subscribe to his channel as well, Jay Avocado. Other than that, it's been a great one. I hope you guys have a great morning, night, or afternoon. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
All those links will be in the description, by the way, so don't worry about that. But see ya.
Man, I said that.
Oh, you did?
I said it. I'd have you put in the description everything.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what?